Waiting for this to catch up, then I'll start running my mouth, okay? Waiting for this to catch up, then I'll start. How is everyone today? Hi, Hillary. Hi, Gadia. Hi, Reagan. I will be answering manifestation questions momentarily. Hello, I see you all. Hello. Lone Wolf, Raven, Shyla, I think it's Shyla, yeah. Renee, hello. Morg, hi. Okay, let's talk. Okay. I think I have made it abundantly clear that I'm not your love and light type of coach. And no hate to those who are. Like, I'm not Shelley Bullard. She's goddess-like energy, right? Beautiful, serene, always very pleasant. Okay, that is not me. But I am a passionate woman. I am passionate in all my emotions, and I do not stifle my emotions. I let them out. And if I feel that I'm being bullied or attacked in any way, shape, or form, I am not the type that's going to sit back and be quiet about it. Okay, I will take it public. Okay, so I'm going to. So I won't name drop, but this person will know this message is for them. Okay? It's me. It's manifesting with Kimberly. It's not manifesting with any other coach. Okay? Number one. I'm not Sammy Ingram, and I don't have people that have worked with me and that are spawned off onto other channels, but connected with me. And I love me some Sammy, so that's not derogatory. I'm not Create Your Future. I don't have multiple coaches working for me. Okay. So no one works with me. No one works for me. It's just me. Now, in the past, if people reach out to me because they've gotten misinformation from another coach, I am more than happy to give you what I believe is correct information. That you are still welcome to reach out to me for. But when you have an issue with payment with another coach, just because you've either seen a coach in my community or you've heard me mention their name, I'm not responsible for your fucking payment. Do you understand? I'm not responsible for it. But you sending me a snarky, demanding email, on what planet did you think speaking to me like that was going to get me to help you and reach out to another coach and tell them how to run their business? On what planet did you think that was honestly going to happen? And you talk to me like an ass. You understand? You talk to me like an ass. Who do you think you are? I didn't collect your payment. Your contract, your whatever with someone else is not my business. Do you understand me? It's not my business. So you will not bully me into reaching out to somebody else to get your damn refund. Got it? And what was the little threat you put in there? If you don't get your money, you're going to take this a step further. What the fuck's that got to do with me? Huh? What's it got to do with me? Nothing. Nothing. I am hot-tempered. I will speak my mind. I will stand up for myself. I don't care if I'm manifesting it. I will. Got it? You got my hand shaking. Okay? I don't know what planet you're on that you thought that was going to get me to be like, oh, well, let me reach out to them. Let me text. Let me call them. Let me email them. Really? You really thought that was going to, light the fire under my ass? No. Your business transaction with any other coach on any other platform has nothing to do with me. Ever. There's no proteges under me. I believe that was your wording, okay? There's no one working for me, under me, and I don't train coaches. It's manifestation. Read a book. That's how you know how to manifest. Okay? Read a book. Read Neville yourself. There's plenty of other authors that have written shit on manifestation. Why are you going to coaching if you don't need it? You don't think you need it, and you're going to be, oh, okay? Just saying. Pick up a book. Okay? So, I'm not afraid to speak my mind. I'm not afraid to stand up for myself. I don't care if it comes from a heated, passionately angry place. I don't care. I'm not going to pretend to be somebody I'm not. I am passionate in all directions. Okay? I'm just as loving and caring and empathetic. Passionately, I am. But I'm very passionate on the other side of the spectrum. And when you come at me with rudeness, anger, demanding, being nasty, when I've done nothing to you, you haven't like contacted me. Okay? There's nothing here. Just because you see me or have heard of me talking about another coach, what's your transaction with them? It ain't my problem. And come on now. Seriously. Okay. I had to do that. I'm sorry. You guys know my temper, you know. I will not be bullied. I will not be bullied. Okay? Okay. To everyone else coming in and hearing that, I'm sorry. I don't mean to, let it out on you guys. But I have no other way of getting my voice out there than through my channels. And it needed to be said because I don't want anybody else thinking that they're coming to me to get their money back from another coach. That's not how this works, okay? I'm just me. Got it? Okay, thank you. I see all the nice comments and oh, God, I appreciate you guys. And I'm sorry that you guys have to hear my shit. But like I said, I'm not responding this way through that email. I'm not going to have any ties. This is what I felt comfortable with. Okay? All right. So I see, guys, you guys are fucking amazing. Thank you so much. I see you. Thank you. Damn. I was a good mood this morning too. Thank you. That's right. We are family. That's right. Thank you. Damn. Like, my hands are shaking. Yeah, my hands are shaking. Anyway. Okay. Thank you. I love all you guys. I sincerely appreciate all you guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you guys, to see that side of me. I'm sorry. I feel guilty for you guys. But if you were in my shoes, how would you have handled it? Maybe some of you would have just emailed or ignored and never said nothing, right? I don't always take the high road. I'm not perfect. That's why I say that. I'm not. Okay. Anyway. I have a closet full of I bet that's supposed to be closet. I have a closet full of, I can't even say it right. Is it chanclas? Don't think I won't get ghetto if you mess with Kim. I have plenty of bail money. I love you, Hawkeyes. I love you. You always have my back. All you guys have my back. I appreciate it. Big time. Lauren, thank you very much. There was no message. Thank you. Hitman Thornton is in the building. When she gets heated, that New York accent and attitude comes out. Love it. That's my mistress of manifestation. I know. I'm sorry. I know. But I have to stand up for myself. So, thank you. Thank you. Hawkeyes, I'm going to tickle your ass with a feather so you feel better. I love you, damn it. You make my toes wiggle. I love you, Hawkeyes. I love all of you. I see it all. Just thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. We might cite you as the shit, but it doesn't mean you have to deal with ours. Like, what the fuck? Thank you. Thanks, Greg. Thank you. Nicole Betch. Hey, Kim, need some help. SP and I are in good contact when we're about to spend time together, but once we do, it's silence. Tip for self-concept. Okay, you know what, girl? You know what I think it is? I think you now have a story. Is Poop licking her ass right now? Poop, come on. You're on camera. She's totally licking her nastiness. I'm sorry about that. Poop, be discreet, girl. Nobody wants to see that. Look at her looking all proud about it, too. Don't you go back from... Sorry, guys. Okay. She's been licking the whole time. Oh, God. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the visuals, guys. All right. So, Nicole, you know what I think? I think I wouldn't... Listen, I don't think it's some failure or lack in your self-concept. I think you've probably got a story where we're bracing for impact. We're bracing for impact. I was guilty of this. So because you've... Will you please stop so I can turn this camera? All right, you're being nasty. Come on. Come on. Come on. You're being nasty. Please stop. You're being gross. No, don't go. Fuck me. She's going... I'm going to change my chair. Damn. Sorry. It's disgusting. She does love ass. So, yeah, Nicole, I think you have a story. Like, expecting him to be silent after we spend time together. Yes. It's what I like to refer to as bracing for impact. Bracing for impact. I used to do the same thing with SP. Same exact thing. I mean, obviously not the same exact scenario, but I would expect him, you know, like, because I had the story that he was quiet. So I had an expectation of how our conversations would go during the day. And mind you, while I was having that, I was still hung up on the morning messages too. So I started a story, you know. So long story short, what I suggest, or at least what I did was and this, I'm not talking about the morning messages when I say what I did, okay? I handled that differently. But for the bracing for impact, because of the storyline that I've created, Kim reacting to her 3D. LOL, leave the ass alone. I know! Gross. I would revise. The first time it happened, which started our storyline. Or rewind. The first time you noticed it happening. Because maybe the first time you didn't notice it, but maybe the second time you did. So I would go back and revise it. You don't have to do a long, in-depth revision, all right? Like my revision video. You can do the what's it called? It's similar to revising on the spot. It's like saying it in the moment. When the thought comes in or when you start getting worried again, revise it. No, that didn't happen. That never happened. He doesn't ghost me. Not ghost. He doesn't get quiet after we spend time together. Start on that. It's just like regular affirming or scripting. But you get rid of the original memory as well as if the thoughts come up in your mind, you revise it then. That's like, to me, that's like the shortcut to the long in-depth revision. So like how I handle revision is if it's a traumatic experience or, you know, and by traumatic, I mean, it can be an actual, you know, something terrible traumatic or something that just really hurt my feelings, you know, because I think traumatic events are relative per person, right? It's not for me to say, oh, your experience wasn't traumatic, right? See what I'm saying? So I put everything under that house of traumatic experience. To me, anything like that or anything that you have held a story for a long time, that's when I like to do the long way of revision, which is, you know, the scripting and then rereading. When it's something, I don't think you'll need that method. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Anything that's like, you know, it pops in your mind, but it's not giving you too much of a triggered response, that's when I do the little shortcut. And it's not really shortcut. It's more revising on the spot. So you're revising when that memory's coming in. I hope all that makes fucking sense. It's more recent. Okay, good. Then start. It'll probably be easier for you to revise then. Oh my God. I wish I could drown out the sound effects it's making. I'm sorry. Ugh. T-Bear369, thank you so much for the purple heart. I don't find out. No, that's the wrong way. I don't know how to do the heart this way. Thank you very much. Nini0825, Nini. Where do I know Nini from? Oh, like Nini Leaks. I like her. She's sassy. Okay. Been getting good movement with my SP, but sometimes I get anxious and the feeling is in the pit of my stomach. Ugh, I know what that feeling is. And in the pit of my stomach, try to affirm, but feeling comes back at time. Why not? Wait. Comes back at the time. Why? Not sure if it's a fear of the unknown. It could be a fear of the unknown, but what specifically in the moment when you're getting that anxious feeling, that nervous feeling, what is your mind saying to you? What's your ego saying? And if in the moment, nothing, okay, then I would start working on telling yourself, or like either affirming, scripting, visualizing, that you don't have anxiety. You don't get nervous. You're so calm around SP because you know, he's yours. You're not worrying about the manifestation. I would revise that. But if your mind is actually, if your ego is actually feeding you something, yes, it's nothing at times. Okay, so that's how I'd handle it if it's unrelated. Like nothing's coming in your mind. But if it is, or maybe you're noticing the anxiety after you've already had the thought, just for what it's worth. But if anything is coming up, we want to address it and don't blow it off. I know the common answer to most things in the manifestation world is, just ignore it. I don't like ignoring, because ignoring isn't addressing. You don't got to marinate in it. But we want to know what it is. So for example, let's say we'll use like Nicole's scenario as an example. You just spent time with SP and now you're worried about the next time you're going to spend time together. You're afraid, what if he doesn't ask me out again? Or what if he doesn't want to spend time with you? Just something like that, okay? And so you start getting that pit in your stomach because you're anxious about the future, about the next get together. You want to ask yourself in that moment, okay, where is this coming from? Where is this coming from? Why am I concerned about the next time we're getting together? Well, there could be a couple things. Number one, maybe you're fearing that you're not going to get the overall manifestation. Maybe you're fearing he's not that into you. Maybe it's a fear that he won't make any more plans with you. So like I'm kind of like hinting towards like maybe fear of abandonment, fear of not being chosen. So you want to address those with your self-concept, right? So like if you like to affirm, you're going to create an affirmation from whatever you narrow it down to. Or scripting or visualizing yourself as always being calm, cool, collected because you are comfortably knowing you're going to have that manifestation. Of course, SP wants to be with you. That's how I would handle it. And I know exactly what that pit in the stomach feeling is. I hate it too. Melzy, thank you very much. Realized I was in a victim state every time I was around my SP. He triggered me so much. Thanks to you, I recognize it and no longer allow the 3D to throw me off. Thank you. You are amazeballs. Melzy, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jeff, going to affirm my life away. Melzy, that was so nice. And I'm glad. I'm glad you've identified that you were in the victim state. Every one of us has been there. Every single one of us has been in the victim state at some point, right? I definitely have spent some time in that state. So thank you very much. I'm glad you're out of it. And, for me, that's why I find manifesting by your state, because that's what you're doing anyway, whether you're, consciously shifting or choosing to shift like me. That's why I find that to be just a little bit easier. Because I don't necessarily have time for techniques all the time. And I know the affirmation community will say, affirmations are just thoughts. Yeah, I know. I know the fucking thoughts. But you still got to come up with the affirmation. You still got to construct it. You still got to, I don't want to. I'm busy. See what I'm saying? So paying attention to the state, I have just found easier. You know, everybody's got their own thing, which is like another point to make is that's why, you know, how you get yourself into the state, because that's what all techniques are doing, is shifting you. But how you get there is individual gain. Some people love affirming. Some people find affirming the easiest. So if that resonates, good. You affirm your balls off. Some people prefer to visualize. It's easier for them to get pictures. Good. You know, visualize your balls off. Do what makes you most comfortable. I had a question earlier this morning. You know, it was from a super chat yesterday. I had told the person, I don't think I just said get on your manifestation game. I added more to it, but that's what they took from it. And their response was, I don't even know what that is anymore. Should I be affirming? Should I be, you know, visualizing? And I responded with, I can't tell you that. I can tell you what I would do. I can make suggestions or give you ideas, but I can't tell you what technique is going to work best for you. You have to do what feels more comfortable to you. And you're not wrong for whatever you choose. That's why I bring up the affirming. You know, it's not something I want to do all day long. It's just my personality. I'd rather just start the day in a state. And if I fall out, like I did today, I will work my way back, right? But that's the beauty of manifestation. You don't have to do it exactly like every coach on the platform. You don't have to do it like your neighbor's doing it. You can do what makes you feel most comfortable, what you look forward to doing. Y'all don't forget to hit the like button on Kim's Live. Thank you, Danielle Land. Nancy, thank you very much. Self-concept for feeling gorgeous. SP made me feel ugly. What do you mean your SP made you feel ugly? He didn't say anything, or she didn't say anything nasty, did she? Or he? Now, listen. I'm not saying this from judges. I'm not saying it for judgment. I'm saying it from just calling it out. Whether they said something or not. If they said something, fucker, right? But everyone we intermingle with is a reflection of ourselves, okay? And you obviously know that. That's why you're asking me about a self-concept, okay? But also, the beauty of being the head bitch in charge of your reality is that no one gets to control how you feel. No one. No one, other than you. So when someone shows up, we'll use me as an example, shows up, pissing me off first thing in the morning when I read an email that I did not like, it was my choice on how I felt about that email, which I felt anger. Lots of it. It's my problem that I have that reaction or I get those feelings from it, right? It's my choice which direction I go in. For some, it would have been easy to ignore that. Let it go. Maybe ask themselves, how did this show up? Why is this showing up? I don't. I go 0 to 1,000 in anger. Or in the other direction if I maybe cry or something, right? But it's my choice to allow something to make me feel a certain way. Feelings are always valid at 100%. Our feelings are always valid. So, I think you just responded. Hold on. No, but he's not as affectionate and won't even touch me. Look at me. I'm beautiful. You are beautiful. Okay, number one. Number two, you need to start telling yourself that. You need to believe that about yourself. So, I cannot stress to you the importance, this goes for everybody, that when you're manifesting a specific person, and that person is not someone who regularly gives out compliments, because I used to respond the same way you do. for what it's worth. I used to be hurt too. I used to instantly think it was something wrong with me. And in my case, because I've struggled, you know, with, I have to stop saying that, right? I have been up and down with my weight my entire existence. So I would instantly go there. Oh, like I'm too fat for them, right? You know, they're you know, no one likes a fat girl. That's what I would tell myself in my head. You know, guys don't like fat girls. You know, guys don't like little junk in the trunk. Guys don't like thick girls. You know, no one's ever gonna choose you, Kim. You're too fat. That's how my mind was at all times. So if I was with SP and I didn't hear anything nice, like, you know, oh, you look great today, you look beautiful today, or something, instantly, because I'm fat, so of course he doesn't think I'm beautiful, right? I know how stupid that sounds, but I used to really think that way. So what I had to do is I had to start telling myself that I was pretty no matter what size I was. I was beautiful inside and out, no matter what size I am, right? And I had to stop wanting to lose weight to make someone else find me attractive. And that's been my yo-yo-ness my whole existence, because I wasn't ever doing it for me, where this time I am. And I can't tell you how it feels so different up here because of that. And I'm sure because I try, or I work at embodying the version of myself who understands and accepts she's beautiful no matter what. I'm sure all of that combined is why it feels so different, right? But in the past, I would rely or hope for validation from outside of me to make me feel like I'm okay. It's okay. You know, you look pretty enough, right? It's good enough. You have a pretty face, right? So always doing it to make someone else happy is why I never sustained it, in my opinion. That's why I never sustained it. And so where some people would turn to alcohol or drugs or any other addiction, I would turn to self-soothe with food, right? So thank God for manifestation, because when you start working on you up here and you knowing how beautiful you are and you believing that and you accepting that, it will be reflected back. It will. So somewhere within, we're feeling not so pretty, or we're looking on the outside. We're looking for validation outside ourselves, right? So what would I start saying? I know I'm beautiful. I'm fucking gorgeous. I'm sexy as hell. Everyone thinks I'm beautiful. Everyone thinks I'm sexy. I can't believe how good I feel. You know, I can't believe that every time I look in the mirror, makeup on, makeup off, I look fucking amazing. You know, whatever sounds like your own natural wording, that's what I would do. Okay? Master Moneyfester, thank you very much. I'm afraid that my SP is a cheater. Manifesting him for 10 months, but I can't drop the old story. I'm afraid of just kidding myself. Any advice, please? Oh, man. So you've got a fear of allowing yourself to trust in manifestation, right? To trust that it actually works. You're probably a little bit afraid to give yourself or give all of yourself. Can you hear the music, Claudia? Can you hear the fucking music? It's my little, I told you guys how I do the ambiance videos, you know? So it's all jack-o'-lanterns. It's all jack-o'-lanterns, okay? It's a Halloween backdrop. And it's like making like ding, 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 little Halloween music. It's on my TV. You can get them right off YouTube. That's what I do. All right, anyways. All right, back to Master Moneyfester. Okay, so I understand completely, because I will tell you, during my solo vacations, I would have those moments that, you know, I don't know if I can keep doing this. I don't know if I can continue manifesting him. Because what if I'm making an ass out of myself? What if I'm holding on to hope? What if I'm, what if remember I told y'all, what if all of this is bullshit? What if this doesn't really work and I'm just hanging on to someone, and then I never get it? I'm going to be strung along. My heart's going to be broke over and over. I had it all. I had all those fears. So I 100% get it. But manifestation does work. It does work. It is real. What made it easier for me to accept that, so I could let that part go, so I could get back on my manifestation game, is number one, there's nothing better than testing the law yourself, right? Nothing beats that. Because every coach on on every platform can tell you it works, but there's nothing better than testing the law yourself, because you've got yourself to rely on, right? So long as you're not blaming everything on, well, it's just a fucking coincidence. You don't want to do that to yourself. But there's nothing better than that, number one. Number two, when I learned to stop trying to micromanage, control how things came to me, that made my journey a hell of a lot easier. And it also allowed me to just chill a little bit, relax, into believing, trusting that the law is working for me, no matter what I'm seeing out here. When I was busy micromanaging, getting triggered constantly by anything in the 3D, that made my journey tough. And not believing and manifesting made my journey tough. You don't have to believe to manifest, but your journey will be easier if you do. That's just keeping it real. So test it so you can't deny it. So when your ego is chirping in your ear that it's not going to work, you could be like, oh yeah? Well then how did I manifest this? All of those are coincidences? No, they're not. That's what I would do. And as far as you having an issue with dropping the old story, SP being a cheater, and that you've been working on this for 10 months, number one, listen, this goes for anybody as well. When you're struggling to let go of an old story, utilize revision. Utilize revision. We should never be walking around being tortured. Do you know what I mean? We should never be walking around being tortured. And being cheated on, I'm sure that's a torture, because we're repeating that story over and over, how you were not chosen, how you weren't good enough in that moment. They chose somebody else. They did this, nasty, shitty thing behind your back. Revise it. That's not nice. That's my fucking Siri. Revise that shit. Revise it. When you're struggling to let go of a story, revise. Revise. And as far as him cheating, we need to address that as well. Okay? We need to address this as well. Because what's within our self-concept that happened? Meaning, not that we blame or shame ourselves because an event happened. We take a look at, okay, why did that project out? Okay? Why did this fucker do this to me? Why did this project out? And take a look at it. Do we not feel chosen? Do we not feel good enough? Do we expect, all men or women to cheat? Do we expect that particular specific person to cheat? Right? Take a look at those beliefs and let's snap, crackle, pop them the hell out of your mind, and we'll bring you over to the state where anybody you're with is loyal and faithful to you. Okay? But you're not kidding yourself. It does work. Carolyn Paquette. Thank you very much. Hi, sweetie. Are we thinking about our SP when they think of us? Are we thinking about SP when they are thinking about us? Now, if you know darn well that if you'd asked me that the other way around, I would have said, yeah, every time you think of them, every time you affirm, every time you do something manifestation related, they get a little boop, boop, like little impulse, a little knock, knock, and they think of you. The other way around. My heart wants to say, yeah, but because I believe and accept that other people are not necessarily manifesting within my reality bubble, right? Remember, because I like to think of the realities as bubbles, right? Because sometimes you can intermingle a bubble. That's how we get the versions. That's just my picture. I don't think we're really in bubbles. If I believe and accept that other people can't manifest, then my response would probably, I don't think it's they they think of you, you think of them. I don't think it would go that way. But I am open to other beliefs. Like, I am open if anybody else has got a different opinion on that. I'm open to it. But I just don't think it works that way. And that's my opinion, right? None of us know at 100% what's going on outside of this until we croak. That's when I think we get to know it all, right? So I don't think so. I think it's just the one direction. Meaning he's got his own, well, goddamn. Is there sound now? Yes? Okay. Literally, my phone started playing a song that I don't even have on my phone. Childish Gambino? I don't know who the fuck that is. So, I mean, okay, Childish Gambino, but I don't have that song on my iTunes. That was fucking weird. I don't know how to respond to that. Fucking Siri. I think Siri's the culprit. We're taking Siri down. That was weird. I already cleared it, so I don't know what song it was. And the only reason why I knew it was that song because my phone started playing it, but my watch had the, like the option to freeze it or to pause it. And it said something, Childish Gambino. Am I saying that right? Childish Gambino. So I couldn't see what song it was. Maybe, I don't know. I'm sure I could look that up later. That was fucking weird. All right. Happy fucking Halloween. So yeah, back to what I was saying about, when they think of us, do we think of them? You've got my mind rolling because, all right, no, I don't think so. But the version of you that's in their reality, well, then yes. Right? Then yes. If you were in their reality, then yes. But in your own, I don't think so. I don't think so. But if we ever find out differently, I'm okay to accept that I was wrong. Okay? John Smith, thank you very much. SP told me she can't be with me due to parents and family. She burst into tears, almost as if she does want to be with me. My birthday 3 months ago, she wished and said, miss you. Haven't heard since. Okay. Now, John Smith, I want to tell you straight from the jump. I'm sure that hurt your feelings. Okay? Feelings are always valid. But this is sincerely no different than any other circumstance in your reality. No different. Meaning, I know that feels very permanent. I know that feels very solid. I know it probably feels harder, especially when you hear, her parents are saying no to, family members are also pressuring her to say no to you, right? I know that's not fun to hear. Although I'm not sure what, culture you're in specifically, is culture the right word? Well, like, let me say it like this. I don't know. I have coached other people in other countries who have arranged marriages. So is culture the correct term? Or religion / culture? You get the gist of what I'm trying to refer to. Come on, you know I'm not the fucking... So, they have been in similar situations where an arranged marriage took place, like the wedding happened, and yet they still want their SP, but they feel defeated because of, it's religion, isn't it? Or no? Culture? Fuck. They felt very permanent. That it was not going to be able to be changed. Divorce is a no-no in that culture. I'm not sure which word to use. So, they stayed on their game. They didn't give up. And situations took place, or, the incidents have taken place that a divorce came for whatever reasons, and they were able to manifest their SP. So I believe it's possible. So even though it feels difficult, it feels permanent, it feels like you're battling more than just you're battling the family, it can be turned around. My audio breaking up. Fuck. All right, let's try going out. Hold on. Any better? Anyone? If not, then I don't know how to fix it other than quitting live, because no one's home. No one else is on the internet here except for me. Okay. So, although I'm sure you're feeling, like I said, defeated. You don't have to quit manifesting. Just get back on your game and do your best. Number one, don't worry about this. If I were you, I'd fucking revise that moment. I would revise the moment she said all of that to you and change it. Change it as, my family is so supportive of me being with you. My family wants us to be together. Revise it that she said that, so you don't have that chirping in your ear, okay? And then get on your manifestation game. And anytime the thought comes up where she said all of that to you, you remind yourself of the revision. No, that never happened. She said the family wants us together. And you stick to that. This is why I say don't let the 3D trick you. Don't let it trick you. What you're experiencing in the 3D is nothing but manifestations from previous states or previous thoughts. It's not permanent. It's not. It's very, very malleable, changeable. It just feels permanent. And think about it. We all feel that when something shitty happens, that's permanent. But when good shit happens, we worry about when that's going to be gone again, and then the shit behavior is going to come back. We never, or very rarely, look at the good shit and say, oh my God, it's permanent. Do you see what I'm saying? It's just because we've been conditioned to think that way. So, John Smith, I wouldn't be giving up unless you just don't feel like manifesting that person anymore because you feel it's too much work, which that's always a choice. She'll still end up manifesting in, because manifestation is perfect. Ask my channel members, because I have multiple channel members at this point. Some still in the channel member, maybe not all, but like a handful. I think more than this on my one hand had changed who they were manifesting. They went to like an SP2 or 3 because they gave up manifesting SP1. Maybe they felt it was too high. I don't remember. They all had different reasons. And guess what? They got their person. SP1 did show up. SP1 did come into the picture because manifestation's perfect. Okay? So don't give up, John Smith. And it doesn't matter that it was 3 months ago. It doesn't. Time is an illusion. Okay? It really is. There's only ever the present moment. Chrislyn Patel, thank you very much. Hi, Kim. If I want to live where SP lives, another country, how would I go about that? Also, waking up in the mornings can be hard. Any suggestions? Well, as far as waking up in the mornings can be hard. How about my sarcastic ass wants to say, you know, I am full of energy the minute my feet hit the floor in the morning. I'm always up and ready to go in the morning. But if you mean it can be hard because you're stressing about something, we want to address that. What is it? What's on your mind? Why is that the first thing you're thinking of as soon as you wake up? Let's address that. Okay? And as far as you want to live where SP lives, that country, I am someone that if I script or if I'm walking my dog and maybe I feel like slamming out an affirmation or two, I like to do it in past tense. Past tense, as if it already happened. That's my preference. Tense really doesn't matter. You don't have to do it my way. But I like it because it makes me feel like, oh, it's already done. I already have it. Boom. Because we already do. It already is, you know, in existence. It's already real. So I like it because that makes me feel good. Okay? So I would be affirming that I already live there. It was so easy. I can't believe how quick I was able to move to whatever country. I can't believe how fast I was able to move to England, Ireland. I want to go visit. I want to go visit everywhere. I can't believe how fast that happened. I cannot believe I wouldn't have been able to do that myself. Thank God for my subconscious mind. Thank God for my God, my universe. Okay? I would have never, ever been able to see how that would have happened. Look how fast I got here. Okay? That's what I would do. And, okay, so you're waking up with anxiety and stress. Why? What's the topic that's on your mind when you wake up? And if it's because SP lives in another country or you're fearing something with SP, okay, start doing the, you know, what I say, like the questions, like you're a kindergartner. Why? What are you giving the meaning to? Meaning, okay, he lives in another country. So I'm giving it the meaning that it's too hard for us to be together, or he's going to think it's too hard for us to be together because he lives too far. Long distance relationships don't work, or whatever fear is coming in your mind. Distance doesn't matter. Distance really doesn't matter. I'm telling you, distance doesn't matter. I think I have a success story with a different country relationship that they're together now. I have the success stories. I just got to make the fucking video. I know. Don't start yelling. I know. But I keep them. I keep them in a little thing in my email. But start telling yourself there's nothing to fear. You're not manifesting all alone on your lonely little island. You have the I am, or higher power, source energy, whatever you believe in. You have that. That's how you're able to manifest. You're not doing it all alone with your 3D version self. Okay? Long distance and feeling like I'm doing this wrong. Waking up for work and then being in the state of being there. So why do you think you're doing it wrong? I mean, I cannot stress to anyone. If anybody out there is thinking, I think I'm doing something wrong. What am I doing wrong? I think I'm manifesting wrong. I'm blah, blah, blah. No. I'm doing everything right. I do everything right. Everything works out for me. I always get what I want. I'm doing everything right. I'm a master manifester. I have nothing to fear. Of course I'm doing this right. My mind's always been in the right place. Manifestations always come in for me. There's nothing to be afraid of. Okay? Arya, thank you very much. Kim, I need a good judging. I went back to my old ways and lashed out at SP. The guilt for going back is eating me up, and now I don't know what to do. All right, hold on. Kim, I need a good judging. I went back to my old ways, and I lashed out at SP. The guilt for going back is eating me up, and now I don't know what to do. Why are we beating ourselves up? Please, Arya, don't beat yourself up. When I say that we don't have to be perfect to manifest, I mean that. Okay? I mean that. Perfection is not a necessity to manifest. So, okay, you reacted in the 3D. Okay. You have choices. We can just move on, meaning get back on your manifestation game, nothing to worry about. Or we could revise you lashing out, right? We could revise and take care of that so we can get it off your back so you don't have to worry about it. Don't beat yourself up, okay? But I would not, please don't make yourself feel guilty. Be hard on yourself. It's okay. Listen, there's nothing wrong with feeling, empathy, feeling like shit. I overreacted. I said something I shouldn't. We're still allowed to issue apologies to people if we think we overstepped, okay? We're still allowed to do that if that would make you feel better. But in all sincerity, that should be where it ends. There's no need to be so hard on yourself, ever, for anything. So if it's really on your mind, revise that you never did that. Revise that it never happened and that you had a wonderful conversation with SP, or that the conversation never even took place altogether. Revise it. I know some people think that revision is just changing, your feeling about the scenario. Okay? But truthfully, no. It revises literally the event. It's a memory. It's just like affirming, visualizing, scripting forward. We're just doing it backward. So, because time's an illusion, that's why. So go ahead, revise it, okay? And that's exactly what I would do, Aria. Yep, I'm trying to revise. SP just stopped speaking to me, so it's hard, but you're right. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. Are you hearing me? No, he didn't. He has not stopped talking to you. That's not a storyline that we're starting. Just because we haven't spoke since the event that we're now revising, so it never happened, that we don't have to give a bigger meaning to this. Okay? We do not have to give a bigger meaning. Don't start. Okay? Good. Good girl. Gabriella, thank you very much. I decided to go on live at the end with SP, and I feel much better than when I manifest a little things like text. I know he will express his love to me. Good girl, Gabriella. Yes, yes, yes. I'm proud of you. Good girl. Now, for just for, shits and giggles, let me just say, if you are someone who wants to manifest in steps, that's okay. But if we're manifesting things from the place of feeling like we have to micromanage our 3D, it's not going to be a fun journey. And we are taking our focus away from our end. So good girl, Gabriella. Very, very, very proud and happy of you. Okay? Very good. Salty, thank you very much. I don't know why, but I just feel my SP gonna come in fully soon. No questions. Just love you, Kim. I miss our talks. I miss our talks too, Salty. I miss our talks too. And I love you too. And I love that that's what you're thinking right now. I love that you're in that knowing feeling right now. I'm telling you, okay, for, we'll say 98%, right? Because we all know my lump sum money manifestation took me 100 years and all I did was be a big baby and I gave up. That's the only reason why, okay? So any other manifestation for the most part, let's go 95, because I didn't have a knowing feeling when the knee pad thing showed up either. So 95% of my manifestations, I had that feeling, that knowing feeling, like I just know this is, I know it's mine. Nothing to worry about. Do y'all remember my knee pad one? It was like an instant, okay? Just saying. But like I did have that, the money, and off the top of my head, I can't think of anything else. But maybe I'll think of it after. That I didn't have any kind of feeling for. And I mean, the money manifestation, I had given up thinking it's never coming. So that one, no. But for the most part, I have had it and the manifestation did show up. So, well done, Salty. It's good. Sally Abigail, thank you very much. Hi, Kim. Having thoughts about things that'll stop my manifestation. Usually I can stop it. Worried, it'll manifest. All right, whoa, start over. Hi, Kim, having thoughts about things that'll stop my manifestation. Usually I can stop it. Worried, it'll manifest. Also, zero movement for months now. Okay. I think this is going to make you feel better. I hope that's the goal. We are manifesting from the state we are embodying at all times. Okay. I know that sometimes, and even I was guilty of it because I used to say it, your thoughts create. But it's not our individual thoughts that create. It is from what state we are in. All right. Which is why I say we don't have to live in fear of our opposing, negative, fearful thoughts. We do not have to fear that they're going to manifest. It's the fearing. It's that energy, don't think that, don't think that, don't think that. It's that causes more of the issue than anything else. Okay, number one. So remember, we don't have to ever really fear those kind of thoughts because of the state we're in. Now, if negative, fearful, opposing thoughts are what is on your mind 24/7, all the time, and that's what you're marinating in, so therefore you know what state you're embodying, then yeah, you can expect something to show up. But when it's not your dominant, and you are realizing there's nothing to fear, and at the same time you are utilizing the ability of shifting your state, there's nothing to be afraid of. There isn't. If every single thought manifested, can you imagine what this world would look like? I mean, I don't know how the rest of you think when you're angry and irritated with somebody, but I would have issues if every individual thought of mine manifested, especially when I'm angry. Okay? I'm just saying. Just saying. So you don't have to be afraid. You don't. So if the thoughts are coming at you intrusively, and in the past you were, like you said, you were able to just stop it, this could be part of the reason why they're still coming up. Because in my experience, we shouldn't just ignore thoughts. Now hear me out. I don't want you marinating in shitty thoughts. It's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if this is a thought that is like being, an annoying little splinter in your brain, let's address it. Let's take a look at it. Why is it coming up? What meaning am I attaching to it? Or, why is this making me feel this way? Where is it coming from in my self-concept? So I can say, no, bitch, I'm not that version anymore. Thanks. Do you see what I'm saying? So if you like to affirm in that moment would be a great time for you to be like, no. Okay. No, that doesn't happen. This is what happens. This is what's going to happen in my life because I'm this version of myself now, right? As you're working yourself into a more favorable state. And as I've said multiple times, and like I said, I'm speaking from my experience, you don't always have to maintain this perfect state 24/7. You don't. It's normal to fall out of states. It is, especially when you're first really working on it. It's normal. Okay? So, and as far, okay, also zero movement. Listen, you know the rules. There's always movement, even when we can't see it. I know I've shared my solo vacation inner conversations, and this was before I ever used or applied the Katie Create Your Futures way of doing it. I give her credit because she's the first person that I'd ever heard suggesting inner conversations that way. So I like to give her the credit. It's no offense. If there was any other coach that brought it up before her, I didn't see it. So just saying. Okay. But back then, that's when only I was just talking to him, not hearing him speak back, none of that. And when we got back together, I shared this multiple times. He came back saying those things. And they were things that were not his way of talking. Let me just say it like that. And when I was not crying over him during that solo vacation, I would say other specific sexy time things that he came back saying. So there's always something happening, always. So clearly, if I did those inner conversations while we were in solo, there was movement. He was getting it, I don't know, like the impulse thought transmission, however you want to look at it, it's because we're all one consciousness. He was getting them, and he came back reciting. See what I'm saying? He thought it was his own thoughts. But all of that was happening while I was in solo, not thinking anything was happening, being very afraid that I wasn't going to be able to manifest him back. Right? I've shared that story a million times too. You know, I was a hot mess express. I was in tears constantly. But that's when states finally clicked for me. So there's always something happening. Always, always, always. Try to remember that our specific people are not puppets, right? They're not meat sacks. They are humans. They are humans. And let's just use like a blanket example. If there's a specific person that, you know, there was a breakup between you two and that person moved on to another third party or something, and you're working on manifesting them back, a bridge of incidents will take place for your specific person as well. So we can get his ass or her ass out of that new third party relationship. So you guys can reconnect. Now, granted, does bridge of incidents mean that it's going to take, 3 months, 10 years, any of that shit? No, a bridge of incidents can literally be, number one incident, and it can be 10 seconds long. Don't limit yourselves by assuming bridge of incidents means a long time, because listen, we're reality shifting. We could just quantum jump to that reality, to be honest. But if not, it'll play out in a natural, logical, believable bridge of incidents. See what I'm saying? There's always something happening. Always. Always, always. And I know, even I worried that nothing was happening. Nothing, right? Even I worried. So I get it. Our feelings are always valid. That's why I say that. But I am telling you, something is always happening. Always. We are all connected. Every single one of us. We're all connected in one consciousness. It's undeniable. And it's also, I have never, ever heard of someone maintaining, not perfectionistically, that's not even a word, but getting into the state daily, we'll word it like that. I have never, ever heard of someone maintaining a state and then their 3D not reflecting that state. It is unheard of. It doesn't happen because we are always experiencing life from the state we're in, right? We're wearing our state glasses, how we're perceiving the 3D. So don't be so hard on yourself, Sally. Abigail. Okay. Hillary Marie, thank you so much. Showing love. You've helped me so much and I appreciate you. I fucking love you and I appreciate you too. Thank you, Hillary. Miss talking to you. Ooh, Micah, member for 2 months. Hi, Kim. I've been embodying the state for the last couple days and it feels great. But sometimes feeling insecure that it is not impressing my subconscious with new thoughts like affirming does. By the way, your hair is beautiful. What about Micah being my new best friend? Thank you so much, Micah. Appreciate that. Okay, now let's talk. So, I know that anybody, because I did too, right? Well, mine was more scripting, but I want to just say this, but get the right message out. I know that when we are on affirmation games, and that's our deal, that's how we manifest. We prefer to, have an affirmation schedule or whatnot, or do the 10,000K challenge, or doing, oh man, I can't remember. I think is it Sammy 10 minutes? 10-minute thing? I don't remember, but one of her latest videos, what her routine is. So I know that when we're doing those type of routines, and that's what brought you comfort, and obviously the repetition of affirming, yes, of course we're zhuzhing our subconscious mind. But don't feel for 1 second that you working on your state of consciousness is somehow not as effective as affirming. And maybe this is what helped me. Let me say it like that. Because I was never really a daily affirmer. I was a scripter. So because your thoughts are the product of the state you're in, when you're in the state of the, or how I like to say it, the land of the wish fulfilled, or the state of having your desire, or the knowing that you are now that version of yourself that has all the shit you want, right? Your thoughts are a product of your state. So you will 100% be having thoughts that you got this. You know it. You're already the person that has these things. You know it. You know it. No fear, no nothing. So I know you're probably thinking it from a logical perspective, which I would have at one time too. That, well, wait a minute. Affirming, that repetition is getting into my subconscious. But being over here with repetition in the state, how is that impressing the subconscious? I'm not saying anything, affirming. You're becoming the version of yourself that just knows you have all of those things. Those things will enter your mind. Plus, I know people love science, okay? We all know I'm not a scientific biatch. But with that, just like Neville was a guy, a human, so are scientists. So I know we have that perspective of, if you affirm this many times, it's going to impress your subconscious, blah, 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 blah. Yep. But I can't deny my own personal evidence that when I maintained a state of having A, B, C, and D blew up in a wonderful way in my life. And not, for what it's worth, not everything that I have manifested while being in the state was something that I scripted. See what I'm saying? So also bringing up the science, I know there's a school of thought that, your subconscious is limited to how many affirmations you can use, or your subconscious doesn't know the difference between good and bad, but your subconscious is still you. Your I amness, all of this whole little nugget up here is still you. So do you think for 1 millisecond that your subconscious mind has zero clue on what you would like to manifest, on what would bring you joy, on what being that version of yourself entails? Your subconscious is not like this, book that's very limited in thinking. It's not. And I think that's a closed box way of thinking, which is why on this channel, we prefer to think out of the box. Realize how powerful we are with our minds. Realize that. Okay? So yes, being in the state is working for you. It is. And just because you're getting into the state doesn't mean you have to give up affirming if affirming brings you joy. What you will experience, though, is when you are in that state, you will feel less pulled to do techniques because you won't feel like it's necessary. You will just know the manifestation's yours. But if affirming makes you feel more content, please still do it. Don't give up something you enjoy doing. Okay? And on that note, I have a coaching call. Got 3 minutes. I haven't even mailed the fucking link yet. So if you're watching, I'm coming. You know the deal. I'll make a video answering any questions that were purchased. Okay? You know this. Thank you for letting me start the live stream, standing up for myself. Thank you. I appreciate it. I love you guys. I do appreciate each one of you. I do. And I will see you all tomorrow. Okay? Love you all.